What's up, what's up, what's up? Subscribe, hit that like button, and follow me in Dreams. I'm Untitled YouTube in Dreams. If you want to join the Dreams PS4 Amino, feel free to. Today we're going to show you guys how to do effects, such as lightning effects, that's a lightning one, slash effects, and this is my game Space Jump, and effects that whenever you get hurt, you know, stuff like that, you'll figure out how to do this stuff, and even the stars in the background, I'll show you guys how to do that. Effects are used to display more of what's going on, and it actually improves gameplay. If you didn't know, sound effects actually psychologically improve gameplay too. So you want to have it to where you can hear the footsteps whenever you walk, because it actually makes it more realistic. And effects are the same way. Let's go ahead and start with the stars. With the stars, what you want to do is lay down a few dots. And by a few, I mean lay down at least this many. You want to lay down a lot. I guess I laid down that many. Maybe I cloned it and then grouped it all together as one painting, you know. And then what you want to do is copy the settings that you see right here. After you lay down a few of these, and they look like squares. So it seems like I also messed with something right here. I might have. And you can also change the color and stuff right here. Emit with light. All that great stuff if you want to. Then just copy these settings, then pull out a action recorder. Action record this going up and down, and you can mess with the amplify. I'm only guessing I do not have that action recorder on keep changes, so make sure that's not on. You might need it on actually though, who knows. I'm not particularly looking at the action recorder at the moment, so I'm just telling you guys what I did. It's probably this action recorder that, yeah, it's this one. So here's the settings for the action recorder. I mess with this. All that great stuff. Action recorder can be found in here. And flicks are how you traditionally use effects. So that's in paint mode. Flax, flicks, whatever. How do you do the lightning effects and stuff like that? The stuff that lightning effect and stuff can also be used for slashes if you do it right. I'm guessing. I haven't really done it for slashes yet. But with lightning, I press R2 because the harder you press R2, the darker the flick will be. As you can see, now I'm pressing it very lightly. Now I'm holding it stronger. So I use R2 a lot for this stuff. And then I go here, and usually I use one of these two. You can mess around with the other stuff because I'm sure the other stuff can be used for other types of things, maybe even explosions. You can also go here and animate stuff. I usually don't animate stuff, but there's certain stuff you might want to animate. So I believe I use this for lightning. And then what I'd do is I'd scribble like this and just go up in a lightning type effect. You might want to undo it and then redo it, you know. Because with lightning, you might want to do something like this. That's more lightning-y, you know what I'm saying? And you can also size up as you go up. So something like this. You can do stuff like that as well. This is a really good lightning effect. You can clone it after you're done and then group it all as one painting. So imagine this coming from a cloud or something. You can do that. Click them, group it all as one painting. I want it square after that. Turn this up. Then what you want to use is either a keyframe or an action recorder. You could choose either this if you want it to start at the bottom, or this if you want to start, I guess this is the bottom, this is the, you know. Then mess around with these as you want to. Kind of see how it could become a lightning effect really easily. And you'll want to use an action recorder or a keyframe. If you're going to use a keyframe, put the keyframe in a timeline, then size up the keyframe. And then mess with the dots at the beginning and the end of the keyframe. Those are called envelopes. You'll see those dots. You can mess around with this stuff right here as well if you want to, and make some really, really cool effects that I probably haven't even perceived yet. Really, effects are a use of pattern. If you look up pattern art online, I'm not sure exactly what that stuff is called, but there is a such thing as pattern art of some sort. And that's really the type of art that you use for effects here. At least that's what I'm seeing as of right now. Imagine this stuff could update. For explosions and stuff like that, it's a little bit more simple, but I may have forgot how to do it. But you could, for explosions, it's good to use the frame by frame thing. Like that is useful for like exploding stuff. So I would like usually lay that down, press this, size it up. This is usually how I use, because I don't like doing things that are too difficult, because then it makes it less fun to do. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to see like how big this is, so you can kind of see what this stuff does. There's something in here that messes with something. There we go. So you could also make rocks and stuff, sort of, kind of. And then what you want to do is always go here. For explosions, it's probably this. And then spreading it outward. So you might want to choose this next. Something I gotta use to spread this out. Okay. There we go. So you can kind of see the explosion effect. Confetti, whatever you want to call it. If you press play though, you see the animation with it. So you can do that kind of effect stuff also. You kind of gotta like mess with it, like what kind of explosion you're wanting. It might be a little difficult, might not be. But you can do that kind of effect stuff also. I really hope this helps you guys out. I really wanted to get into detail on this kind of particle type effect stuff. It's because it's actually really important. You kind of have to do this for water. So like if you want water to have splashes and stuff, that would be this kind of thing. At least right now until they update Dreams. This stuff is in Game Maker. It's called particles as well. I'm not sure what it's called in Unreal, but I remember in Game Maker it had like a particle effect thing as well. So it's a fantastic way to do it. And again, pattern artwork. I'm not sure what it's called. Is something you guys can look up if you guys want to. Here's some other ones that I have. I think I'm going to show you guys the effect field now also for music, because I don't know of any other way I could show people that to where they could actually learn about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think people are going to be like looking that up. So I'll show you guys that as soon as I show you guys some more effects that I've done here. Here's an effect I use with the emitter with the sword. You can kind of see the matrix thing. That's these emit settings right here, and then I believe a keyframe just turning it on. Then I just clone the sword, you know, put it right behind the sword. These emit settings right here, clone the sword, chose that new clone, maybe chose this, and then just put the second sword a little bit behind it. You might be able to put it like right there, recycle that and this, and turn this down all the way, and this is 0. And then have a keyframe turn this on. Whenever you slash, that keyframe would be in a timeline. And make sure that it's not collidable, the matrix object. None of my objects in my fighting game Space Jump are collidable. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I think I got like around 5 characters done already. Been working on this for like 2 to 3 weeks, so this should be out hopefully in time for multiplayer. Also, the opacity for flicks, you can also mess with that. And also see I got this guy blinking as he gets hurt, so you guys might want to use indicator effects like that as well. Just messing with the color of a few objects on the puppet. Scope in first, then just choose those objects you want to affect, then press L1 square, then just change the color with a keyframe. And here's my next set of characters. You can get really gnarly effects, guys. Some really cool effects. I think these are probably my favorite characters so far that I made for my game. So hopefully, yeah, multiplayer, hopefully this will be legit whenever it comes out. I've tested this out with one of my friends, and everything seems polished to where it's not interfering with gameplay. With the projectiles, I might have to make it to where whenever they collide with stuff, they destroy, maybe, because that might be too much, you know what I'm saying? But these are the type of effects you can do. It might be one effect I want to show you guys. In the air. There it is. And when you're on the ground. And there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Now let's get to the effects field for music. Usually for the music effects, you got to actually go here and then search effects field. They should just make this a gadget, but here's the effect for music. So here's how you use this. You pull out a timeline, put this in the timeline, then whatever is in this line, this mask line, it will be affected by this effect field, and you can just mess with the effects like this. I'll go ahead and talk about EQ because this is very important for even beats and stuff, but mainly for vocals, you know. If your voice is too muddy or not clear, turn this down a little bit, mess around with it. And if it sounds like you're talking through a telephone or a tin can, turn this down a little bit. Shouldn't have to turn it down too much. Depends on what kind of EQ you're using. Over here, only a dog can hear this, but eventually you might be able to hear this stuff a little bit better. Depending on how good your ears become for music. Never have stuff up too loud in your headphones. And that's how EQ works. For beats, if you like, just mess around with the stuff, but if you need more bass in your beats, turn this up. If you need to decrease it, turn this down. If you need, if something, I guess, is sounding too high-pitched, you turn this down a little bit, you know. And then compressor, I'm not sure if this has a compressor. Everything else is some self-explanatory stuff. If you can understand this, you should be able to understand everything else eventually in due time. It's not too difficult. That's why I always explain this first. Then it's just making your own effects out of the effects field and music. And these are the dots that I'm talking about for keyframes that you can mess with. If I didn't show you guys. Alright, subscribe, hit that like button, follow me on Dreams. I'm Untitled YouTube and Dreams. Peace out.